We talked about factoring expressions quite a bit back in the last chapter, and as I mentioned then, factoring is not going to go away anytime soon. So in this video, we're going to talk about factoring a polynomial, and there's a specific reason that we want to be able to factor polynomials, and we'll talk about that specific reason in the next video that you're going to watch. So if you're going to factor a polynomial, it works exactly the same way as factoring always works. So let's say that we want to factor this polynomial here. We've got x cubed minus 7x squared minus 18x. As before, the very first thing we want to do is check and see if there is a common factor that we can pull out of each term first. And in this case, there is. We can pull out an x. So let's factor out an x first. When we do that, that'll leave us with x squared minus 7x minus 18. And now we want to see if we can factor that trinomial any further. So we want to see if there are factors of negative 18 that we can combine to get negative 7. And of course there are. Those factors are negative 9 and positive 2. So that means we can further factor this trinomial to be x minus 9 times x plus 2. And now we have completely factored our original polynomial. Let's go ahead on the next slide and check to make sure that our factored form of the polynomial is correct. So we have x times x minus 9 times x plus 2. There are a few ways that we could go about doing this. We could FOIL the two binomials first, or we could distribute the x to one of the binomials first and then FOIL. I'm going to prefer that second method because I think it'll be a little bit quicker. But either way is fine. All we're trying to do is multiply these three factors back together. So if I distribute that x, I'm going to have x squared minus 9x times x plus 2. And now I want to FOIL these two binomials. So first times first is x cubed. The outsides give me positive 2x squared. Inside is negative 9x squared. And the last two terms gives me negative 18x. And of course, whenever possible, we want to simplify. So we've got our like terms with the 2x squared and negative 9x squared. So let's combine those, which will give us a final answer of x cubed minus 7x squared minus 18x. And of course, that's what the polynomial that we began with. So we were able to correctly factor that given polynomial expression.